396-5555, Jacksonville.
Yeah, hey, the Jaguars are going to move to London, and they're going to say all the right things that they're not going to leave Jacksonville.
Donna Deegan and the Jaguars have reached a deal on renovating the stadium.
It's official. I survived.
This is a historic day for our city.
We're thrilled that, we can turn that goal. It was a goal that Shad had and that the community shared to keep the Jaguars here in Northeast Florida for generations to come. This evening, we've turned that goal into a reality thanks to the mayor and her team.
We had a timeline, and we wanted the Jaguars to be able to get to that owners meeting in October and be able to present a good agreement.
It's a beautiful day in Duval County, and I'm excited to share it with you.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Jaguars Today. Been a little while. You and I work so much better these days than when we try to shoehorn it in together. You know what I mean? It's like a lot more natural.
I thought the Rumble was pretty fun.
We
had a good time.
There were times we had some good times.
Yeah.
You and I had our rumbles as well.
But that's what made it good, I thought. But it was good.
Some of it was.
And
right?
you know what? We're here where we are today because that's right where we're supposed to be.
Are you in next Friday, July 5th? I'm on vacation. Just wondering if we need to do a bit about one of us getting mad and leaving.
Yeah, I might be off next Friday. Actually, my wife and youngest are going to Orlando for a dance thing, so I might go down there Thursday.
Friday. That's a you and Tony Smith decision.
We'll talk about it. I'll think about that.
Buzz cut. What's up with the buzz cut, man?
I got hot.
Yeah, it happens.
I got hot,
right?
and I was getting a haircut. I'm like, just take it off. I don't really care. Yeah, it's summertime. And let me tell you something. What's nice about it is rain, no problem. Sweat, no problem.
It is
shower, no problem.
Life changer.
It really is.
Once you go that route, it's like you get out of the shower, you're like 1 second with the towel over your head and you're done.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if it's raining outside, it's no big deal.
Who cares?
You're not messing up your hair.
Not messing up anything, man.
That's right.
I'm way past the point of caring about what I look like, Tom. It's obvious. You know, I mean, come on.
You're looking good, kid.
Well, I appreciate you, kid. Thank you.
Kid. Hey,
thanks,
kid.
Pop. Hey,
Poppy.
Hey. You know what? Speaking of kids, apparently the royal couple is going to have one. So now I think it's official now that they're the king and the queen of Duval, right? And this is the prince or princess in waiting coming along.
I'm going to say yes, but, man, win a championship and then yes.
Correct.
Royalty forever.
If Trevor and Marissa, congratulations on your impending child coming along, and we hope nothing but the best in terms of health for Marissa and the baby. That's so freaking important.
No doubt.
You know, but if they're not the king and the queen of Duval, who is?
You know what? I'm going to say Wayne and Dolores Weaver.
That's not bad.
You know?
I don't think that's bad.
Especially with the stadium deal. You know, like their legacy cemented forever.
Their legacy is so much stronger today.
No doubt.
Right? I mean, than it was even just a week ago. And nothing that they could have done could have changed anything in that meantime.
Right. No, it does. It just highlights the iconic move by Mr. Weaver to bring in the Jaguars at Jacksonville.
We got a new stadium coming.
I know.
We're going to get into it, man. But, you know, it's funny, Tom. My son, Colin, turns 20 on Sunday.
All right.
Okay?
Happy birthday, Colin.
When we were having him, we knew that, you know, we're getting to the point that they were going to induce labor. Okay? So I literally, the day before he was born, did a show. So they're like, tomorrow's the 20th year anniversary of me doing a show, and I asked for advice for being a first-time parent. That was the whole show. That's what we did for the whole show.
Nice.
And so today, it just happened to coincide. I mean, a little different situation.
Yeah.
You know, they're a little bit more financially stable than I was at the time, you know. But nevertheless, there are certain things that, you know, you're a first-time parent. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You know, there's things that you're going to have to deal with and appreciate and all that stuff. So today, kind of a fun background question, if you want to throw it out there, is just what's your best advice for some first-time parents, parents-to-be, as the case.
Oh, man, I got a few of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get to it as we go along today. But, you know, that's just, if folks want to weigh in on that,
they're
certainly welcome to. Somebody said, hey, man, this is peak off season. Right? Well, it is, but we didn't come up with it out of the blue. I mean, they made a pretty big announcement yesterday on this, and that couple has a pretty prominent place now in the Jaguar pantheon.
Just think of our off season, and that caps it. It's awesome.
It really is, right? I mean, what an off season this has been.
Phenomenal.
Right? I mean, with the contract extensions, the addition, the free agency class, the draft, all those things there were a lot of positives there, and we don't know in the end how it's going to work out. But this was always going to be the capper, the stadium deal.
Absolutely.
Before we get any further, good morning, Dylan Denmark. How are you?
Good morning, Michael.
How are things?
We're good. I wouldn't say I have a lot planned this weekend, but I don't.
No, you're bouncing all over. I can't see you in your little pockets cam, man.
Yeah, well, the mic's all the way over here, and the camera's over here.
They got that thing jacked up on you, or what?
It's always been like that, bro.
Dylan tells me he's got a beach day coming up on Sunday.
What part of the beach you go
Jack's
to?
Beach.
Jack's, all right.
I don't even know. I mean, we ain't got no plan.
I'll be out there, man. I'll be out there. I'm
such
solo for a week. It's going to be weird. I'm going to be.
Is that right?
I don't like being without my wife, man. It's just,
when do you get back together?
I'm going to see her Monday to watch my Harley perform, but then I got to come home, and then not till Friday. It's almost a week.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And we're starting our year 25. We met July 4th, 1999, baby. So this
congratulations. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Totally awesome.
You
had a nice date.
And that's the date you met?
Beautiful. Yeah, July 4th,
See, Heather and I celebrate our anniversary as our first kiss.
Oh.
Right? More so than our wedding. We've been married.
Juicy.
The thing about it is, our first kiss took place in 1990.
Whoa.
Bro. So it's 34 years, right? But it's a nice round number. You can always remember it's 90, right?
Yeah.
And you just add, and it's like we've been together this long.
Yeah.
And
high school sweethearts?
We were college.
Okay, college.
Late stage college.
Yeah. Cool.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, beautiful.
So,
yeah.
A few wild oats were sown, but it's all good,
Yeah,
anyway, so that's just how we are. But so it's that it really is just kind of a feel good. It's like Jaguar Camelot right now. It's like now you got to win. On top of it, we're gonna get to the winning.
Yep.
But when the news came down, and I expected it was going to pass. I think most people did, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It still hit me hard, man.
Yeah.
14-1, and to realize this is a reality. And granted, the NFL owners have to vote on this.
Yeah.
But everything that Shad Khan and Mark Lamping have said on that front is we know what kind of questions are going to be asked. We know what answers we have prepared for that. I don't think, again, I've said this 50 times in several different ways this week. I don't think it gets to this point with the Jaguars side of it if they don't think that this is going to get passed with flying colors by the NFL.
No, absolutely. It will. It will. And it's fantastic news. And I tell you, man, I mean, the Jaguars will always hold a special place in my heart. I mean, without them, I don't know if I ever come to Jacksonville.
You might, right. I don't know you.
My life would be different. I wouldn't have my wife,
Both
my
of our
children.
life. Bro,
all of it.
I was working at the time. I remember the day they announced they got the team. I was working, multiple jobs. I was working in a gas station. I was working at Ripley's, believe it or not. I was
Were
working
you really?
all these.
Yeah.
I had multiple jobs back then because I had a psych degree, but I didn't really. What am I going to do? I didn't want to do anything. I was just kind of just loafing along.
Psychoanalyze me, Demps.
And shortly after that, I decided I wanted to go into sports radio.
Okay.
And, if it weren't for the Jags, the opportunities here in Jacksonville never would have materialized to the degree that they had. 1010XL wouldn't exist.
No, right.
Are you kidding me? It just very unlikely. And if they had, so sometimes it's just right place, right time. You know what I mean?
Fate, destiny, whatever you want to call it. But I'm glad I said yes to the workout back in 1994.
Isn't that the truth, right?
Hell yeah. I could have said no very easily. Like, no way. It's going to be too hard.
Yeah, but you found what you've got, business skills and real estate stuff. And you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Right? And,
totally.
You've just grown right into the fabric of the city.
Well, that. And look, it's very deep. Just, my wife's from here. Right? My kids, who knows where I'd be.
Would you have met?
Right. Who knows? But because of the Jags, because of Mr. Weaver, because of Coach Coughlin, man, so when that news came down, it was really emotional. I'm like, man, it lasts forever now. You know what I mean? It's generational. It's our kids and their kids maybe, that are going to be able to call the Jaguars their team, and it's important. And look, the naysayers are going to be the naysayers, but look, one of 32 NFL cities, and it's the only show in town. And we're going to talk about it. You win. We know how special it is. We know, and now all the development, everything. It's all coming together At the right time.
It's even more exclusive time. It's 1 of 30. There's 2 in New York. There's 2 in L.A.
Good point.
Right. I mean, it's one of 30
of
cities in the United States of America
you don't
that
let
has
that
this
go,
opportunity.
Ever.
And you talk about the Jags coming here and what that meant. Like, you took that workout, and it changed the course of your life.
Definitely.
Right? The city got the team, changed the course of my professional life for sure. And all the things, though, that had to happen, the highs and lows of, and we were talking about it, Wayne Weaver, you just mentioned, the Weavers win. Dolores Weaver might be the Mr. and Mrs. Jacksonville. The Jags put out, and we've all played this question on sports radio a million times in a million different fashions, the Mount Rushmore of whatever. And they said, who's on the Mount Rushmore of Jacksonville Jaguar football? First guy to me is Wayne Weaver. Like, it's not just players to me. It's Wayne and Tom Coughlin, as of now, are on there. I hope Doug Peterson bumps Tom off there because he wins a Super Bowl or two. That would be fantastic. And people say, how can you keep Shad Khan off? Look, you got to have some players on there, and if it weren't for Wayne, and I just love the way this week Mr. Khan just embraced Mr. Weaver and the Weaver family and really gave so much credit to the foundation that they laid.
I know we're going to talk. I think Shad's evolving.
You're so happy
about
this week with Shad. We're going to get into it coming up in just a minute. But I knew as soon as I heard some of the comments he made, I said, McManus is going to love this more than
I've been waiting
anybody.
for that for a long time.
Because, all right, we all feel good, right? Trevor's here forever.
Right.
Josh Allen's here forever.
Right.
Foye got a new contract, got a new stadium. Everything's groovy. Got to win some damn football games, man. It is time to win. So, all right, today, if you want to play along, and maybe we'll forward this on to the lovely Lawrence couple, and we certainly wish them the best.
Oh, yeah.
But today's Chad and Sandy real estate question today is not a football-related one, but is certainly timely. What is your best advice for a young couple expecting their first child? We'll have some fun with that in a positive way. Tom, we're going to dig into Shad Khan's comments about about the on-field product and what he's demanding of it. And I know you'll love it, so we're going to do that coming up. And also, we like to look back over the week that was with you.
Yeah.
And one of the things we did on Tuesday, I don't know if you got a chance to hear the show, but on Tuesday, we did our Tuesday top 5, our 5 favorite Jaguars of all time. Okay, so I assigned you last night.
You did.
Tommy, come in tomorrow. I asked for one thing. I have 5 things. I need your 5 favorite Jags. They don't have to be players. They can be a combo of players, coaches, whatever. Could be guys you played with. Could be your best running buddies. Could be anything, right? So it's totally personal to you, and we'll do that a little bit later on the show. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Because every list is so personal.
Yeah.
Everybody. It doesn't have to be the 5 greatest Jaguars of all time.
No, right, yeah.
It's just what makes you feel good and what gives you good memories about that. So we'll do that today. And if you want to get in and talk any aspect of Jaguar football, on the field, off the field, stadium deal, we did a ton of caller reaction a couple of days ago. It was great. Wall to wall. It was like a little pep rally. So if you didn't have a chance to weigh in then, you can do that today. If you want to talk about your concerns about, hey, have they done enough here? Have they done enough there? What's to come? 641-1010 on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines or the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. As always, you can get in the YouTube virtual studio and post things in the chat there as well, or on social media at MD_1010XL, at Meathead55, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
Matt, when's the last time you've been down to a 1-to-1 financial field, the baseball grounds? Have you been to a game
I went
recently?
to the Florida State game earlier this year. It was fantastic.
Did not realize how many White Claw stands they actually have
Oh,
at
really?
the
Baby.
ballpark. Man, Dylan was like, it's like his eyes kind of rolled in the back of his head. It was like a cartoon. All these little hearts started floating out of his head. It was fantastic.
Tongue hanging out.
Smiling ear to ear.
He was in his element in a big way. It was a freaking broiler out there, man.
It's been hot, man.
It is that, but hey, we know that. Guess what? We live in Florida.
That's
for
right.
a reason.
You sweat. It's no big deal.
We're not here for 22-degree temperatures or anything like that. All right, so Tommy Mack is here. Fat Tony is on assignment. Dylan Denmark is along. I'm Mike Dempsey. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Let's have a great feel-good Friday on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Maxwell House Coffee will live on forever.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. There's no business like show business.
Now, this is serious business here, man.
The Drill.
We've got a mission.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
Putting on a great show is the most important thing you can do.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Did you know you can charge the all-new Honda Electric Prologue in the same receptacle as your phone? You don't need these special charging stations at your home. Simply plug in your Honda or your phone. See your local Honda dealer now. We're electrified.
The coolest thing going on right now is the summer fan sale with 3 ways to save at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Browse their huge selection of high-quality fans to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Buy 1 fan, save 10%. Buy 2, save 15%. Buy 3 or more and save 20% off summer pricing on all fans. Visit their showroom near the avenues while inventory is still available and discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
I've known Glenn Coleman for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
Did you know a metal roof from Prime Roofing will last 2 to 3 times longer than a shingle roof? If you want a better roof, think metal. Think Prime Roofing. Schedule your free estimate today at primeroofingfl.com. That's primeroofingfl.com.
Friday on The Franchi Show. Tune in for the House Call segment brought to you by Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Rehab. Join the discussion as a JOI expert tells you about total knee replacements. JOI, where the pros go.
1010XL gives you non-stop sports talk all week.
You got a point.
And we take you into the weekend.
What's this about?
Join Compton and Company noon to 2 Saturdays for more conversation about the teams you care about most.
Oh!
On 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy. And do it today.
Brackish Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, is the smoothest local vodka you can find. Made right here in Jacksonville, Florida, 100% from corn, Brackish Vodka is the local gluten-free choice. Brackish Vodka, for those that live life slightly salty, a proud partner of the Jaguars.
Enjoy the best burger in town while enjoying the best vodka in town. Ask for Brackish Vodka at Cruiser's Grill in Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, it's Roger Moore, CEO of Loan Pronto. If you're like me, you're getting crushed by rising costs of everything these days. I get it. It's brutal, and credit card rates are ridiculous and going higher. That's why at Loan Pronto, we launched our Express Equity Line of Credit to bring you the relief you and your family need, using your home, your most valuable asset. We've helped thousands of people like you get fast relief with cash. The average homeowner who does this gets tens of thousands in just days and is able to save $850 per month in overall expenses. I'm talking life-changing money. Your money that you have access to right now. Listen, if you're ready to get control of your finances and get off the hamster wheel, call Loan Pronto. You can get approved for Express Equity Line of Credit in just minutes, and we can get your cash in less than a week. Stop digging a deeper credit card hole today. Call Loan Pronto now. 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. 904-999-1508.
Equal housing lender. NMLS 166-1781. Subject to lender approval. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org.
Did you know DuckDuck is the area's go-to plumber? A 5-star Google-rated company, DuckDuck can take care of all of your plumbing repairs and upgrades. Need to switch from septic over to city sewer? Call the Duck. How about water heater repairs and replacement? You're just a duck away, or call away, for DuckDuck Plumbing and Septic Services.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREZ. Zero Res.
3 bands, 1 stadium. Def Leppard, Journey, Cheap Trick. Together. 3 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame icons. Their biggest hits, July 10th, Camping World Stadium. Tickets on sale now at DefLeppardJourney2024.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mac in the Middle. Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, a couple of fun things today. You know, at one point, sometimes I lose my mind and I just can't think of somebody's name, right? Like, for many times I refer to Aaron Rodgers as Brett Favre. It's like one of those things I just get in my head.
Okay,
and I just say the wrong name.
Okay.
Right? And it's so it was when I was in with Tony, I don't know, maybe a week ago, and I couldn't think of Dylan's name. And I'm like, Tyler Devitt. I'm thinking of Tyler, right? Our old producer. Because they're both, young, tall, lean guys, all that stuff, buzz cut, the whole 9 yards. They look very similar. So Tyler responds to today's question today on advice for first-time parents. And this is one of those, if you know, you know, classic deep cut.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So he had 2. Number 2 was important. Don't let them be a Titans fan. Very important. Right? We get that. But number 1 was, I don't know if I can do it with a straight face. Cut your steak up for your son, even when he becomes an adult, and be sure to provide ketchup for said steak. I love my mom. All right. This is going back. This is way this is pre-1010XL days.
Yeah.
When Hack bestowed upon us the knowledge that the whole narrow esophagus syndrome that he had going on, and we're like, just cut it. So you can eat chicken, right? All right. Cut it very small. I said, well, cut your steak small.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask my mom to cut it any smaller than she does. You're how old are you? That was a long time ago. This is more than half of Hacker's lifetime ago.
Yeah. He's 18, wasn't he, or something?
He was 18. He's like 40 now. Hacker's like 40.
Wow.
You want to feel old,
That's
right?
old.
I mean,
makes me feel old.
Have you seen him lately?
No.
Looks phenomenal.
Oh,
Just
no.
know that I'm ultra soft. Right. Look, my man, he may be ultra soft, but he lost 74 pounds so far.
Whoa.
With a Waken 1.8. He looks good, dude.
That's
seriously.
That's like a body.
And you know where you lose it? You lose in your face and your neck first. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And because I've been the fat boy with the neck rolls, right?
Yeah.
I've been that guy. Yeah. And, when you start to lose weight, your face thins out. So
no doubt.
Saw him at the baseball park the other day. I had to call him skinny.
Nice.
That's who he is.
Way to go, Hack.
All right, before we get into the Shad Khan stuff, let me ask you a random question.
Random?
I think this is kind of random.
It's Friday.
Okay. Tom, it's Tuesday night, 2 a.m.
Okay.
Right? You have your phone's on. You're asleep, but your phone's on, so you can hear it.
Okay.
And I call you.
Okay.
Me.
Yeah.
I personally call you, and I say, Tom, I'm broke down by the side of the road. I'm whatever. I need you to come help me. I'm not saying, bail me out of jail. I'm not saying, do anything. You
need my help.
I need your help at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
What's your answer?
I get up.
You get up.
I go help you.
Okay.
Here's the problem, though.
Okay.
I don't sleep with my phone near me.
All right. That's why. It's
my wife has hers, so everybody knows. If you got an emergency, you get to mom, and mom will wake me up.
we'll go down the chain, okay? Yeah. but someone gets to you at 2 a.m. and puts a phone in your hand, and it's me, and I say, I need you. Yeah. I know this is crazy. This is out of the blue.
Right.
And you'd get up and
I go help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just table that.
I'd bring my weapon just in case.
Just in case, because you don't know what you're getting into.
I have no idea.
Right?
I'm loading it up.
I'd have mine already with me.
Yeah.
So and we'd have a great shootout. Butch and Sundance. Me and
Dave, whatever it takes. I'm coming to help my friend.
All right. So table that for now.
Okay.
Right, we'll come back to that later.
You know, I have severe ADD and CTE and other acronyms in this brain.
I will try to remember this. I said try. All right. But this will come up later on in the program. So I just wanted to throw that out there. All right. So. Tommy, we're all happy. Everybody's giddy. We got a new stadium.
Yeah.
Mr. Khan says organizational failure.
Yeah.
Immediately. I've been talking about the collapse last year, the ability to not win a second game out of those final six.
Yep.
Immediately, I said that Tom McManus is going to love this more than anybody. What was your reaction when you heard this?
It just brought a real big smile to my face. I've been waiting for that, and I think he's evolved. I feel really good about Shad Khan. And it's not just a stadium deal. It's just, and then he comes out and he dispels the injury crap, which I love. Like, yes, fans can clamor that. Some media, you can do that, but the owner can't. The owner cannot. The head of the organization cannot say, well, he said, no, it was an organizational failure, and the expectation is to win, period. Like that's, and look, he's around, you know what I mean? They see him now, I think that matters. Like you didn't see Wayne every day, but when you saw him, it just gave you a jolt of there's the owner.
Yes.
I love our owner. Yeah, he's around. He's always, he comes in the locker room and he congratulates us and gets all excited and he's there and you see him all the time. But to me now, you can win. I'm sure there's plenty of owners that aren't there every day inside the stadium or whatever, and they've won in the past. I don't know who they are, but I'm sure you can. But I like it when the owner's there. And I think Shad Khan is more hands-on. You said it off air, like he knows the game more, like better. Look, the business side, he's phenomenal. I mean, his investment's phenomenal. You kidding me? From an investment standpoint, he's absolutely incredible. But now it's more than that. To win a championship, every owner wants to win a championship. Every owner wants to be able to say that my team won a Super Bowl. And it just feels like he is ultra committed to that. And he's putting pressure. And guess what? He put a lot of big money out there this offseason. He's done it almost every offseason, but this year especially with Josh and Trevor. You're right. The expectation is to win. Hey, I'm happy you guys got paid. I'm happy I'm taken care of. I'm happy you've earned it. You deserve it. But now you better win.
I think if they had won that one more game last year, and they'd been in the playoffs back-to-back years, because he hasn't had that. Right? That would be a little bit different.
Yep.
We're 8-3, defending division champs.
Yep.
And what the hell happened? We can't play our way out of a paper bag.
Yeah, and a real leader does what? He doesn't offer excuses. He just takes the blame. It was an organizational failure, which means him included.
Sure.
Right? Which is fantastic. Like, that's the type of, I'm not saying he's just saying, hey, this is my team.
It's
I'm taking responsibility. From the top down, it was an organization.
But everybody else needs to do that.
Absolutely.
Too, right? Like, hey, he can only control so much. He gives you the resources to go out there and, hey, did I not give you the right resources? Did I not put enough pressure on you? Did I not? So from that standpoint, but then it comes down to me, the coaching staff, the front office. Did you do the right thing? And the players as well. Did you execute in these circumstances? Shad Khan's 73 years old right now.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Tomorrow's not promised to anybody.
That's right.
This new stadium's not coming. We got to get through the 24, 25, 26, 27, and then the 28th season is when this thing will open up.
Right.
Jacksonville's Eiffel Tower, as he referred to it, right?
Yeah.
He said, hey, like Paris, he goes, without the Eiffel Tower, Paris is any number of European cities.
Yeah, sure.
If you look at it.
Yeah.
This is going to be the landmark that you look at and say, that's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Right? Right now,
destination.
I think it's probably the Main Street Bridge, kind of that view of the Main Street Bridge over the St. John's. But to the average person in Kansas, they look at that and go, I don't know what the hell that is. It's a bridge in some city, like this has a chance to be that kind of thing. But look, Shad wants to win and wants to enjoy the fruits of that, right?
That's right.
I mean, it's one thing. One day, Tony Khan's going to be in charge, more than likely. And Tony is a young guy and will have hopefully many decades of success as the owner of the Jaguars until he either hands it down or finds the next one to keep it here in the new palace in Jacksonville. But, man, Shad's going to be like 78 years old. And, so nothing wrong with winning in the meantime.
I think, not have to, but, that's your window. Like, the window's open.
Your window's open wide. Right now for the next 5 years.
Absolutely.
Right. So, it's one thing to sit there and go, we're going to have this brand new palace. And hey, look, nothing wrong with being the defending Super Bowl champ.
That's right.
Sometime in the next 5 years.
That's right.
And whether we're playing a mixed schedule in 27 or we're playing a reduced capacity stadium, whatever the case may be, the bottom line, though, is it's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's right.
That's going to reap the benefit. And really is that we've turned it over. Now, and there were some times, Tom, I got to admit, 2009 to 2013, whatever. I didn't think it was London. I thought the LA thing was possible.
Absolutely.
And, with the tarps and the blackouts and all that.
And look, when the London thing first came out, what was it, 2014? I know I did. I was like, what is that? Like, I thought, and there was like, wait, are we moving? Like, what? The NFL can't do. I started calling. I'm like, we're not moving. Like, no, you know what I mean? But that was the initial reaction. It wasn't like, oh, it's, good for the league. Now you look at it, you're like, well, yeah, it makes sense. Like, you look what the league's done with their UK presence.
To expand, right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, though, all the national guys now going, well, London was never really viable as a permanent home
backstroke.
for anybody. Like,
the
come
backstroke,
on.
yeah.
All right, let's go to the phones. We got a caller to get us started here out in Iowa. Checking in from Iowa. Jag fandom knows no bounds. The sun never sets on Duval County. Bobby, good morning. You're on Jaguars Today. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Excellent.
All right,
what's on
Bobby.
your mind?
I'm in full agreement with you guys on the window's open to win now, but I feel like this team, we just got to have more grit and toughness. I look at the old Boston College teams with McManus and Mike Bumpus. You guys were gritty, and we're not seeing that as much right now. But I do think, extending Trevor was a good move for that. It kind of gives us our pieces to, build into our future. But I just think we can win with this group. We just got to have more toughness and grit.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think about the toughness aspect?
Totally agree. It's, for me, look, I think they're all tough. It's not like they're tough. Trevor's tough as nails.
You got to be tough to play in the league,
Yeah,
period.
but I think it's just being physical. Like, that's what we got to see out of this team. Up front, hey, we can have all the bells and whistles and the throw, and all that, but we got to be mean and nasty up front, right? We haven't seen that in quite a while.
Impose your will.
I think it does start in camp. I think we're going to see a little bit more. Look, you got to be careful with the physicality in camp, but I think we're going to see a more physical camp, and I think it needs to happen because that's where you set it in camp to when you get your toughness.
Do you think the players will actually maybe embrace that? Because the ones who were here last year and had it kind of slip away realize they've got to feel this, right? I'm sure there are players in the National Football League that are like, whatever, man, my check's my check. You know what I mean?
Of course there are. Yeah, there's some.
I think this team is built on a large degree guys who care. I do feel that way. And I didn't work out last year, but I don't think it was because of a disinterest or kind of that laissez-faire, whatever.
No, I don't
attitude,
either. No. I mean, look, it was embarrassing, and they're using that. It sounds like everything you hear this offseason, they're using that to propel them into this season, and they should.
And all the pundits are they've already moved on.
Oh,
right?
yeah, they've dismissed us. We're not the darling anymore.
If they had beaten Cincinnati, if McManus, your brother, made a kick, right?
Cuz. Third or fourth cuz after
right, distant cuz. But the only two McManuses with that spelling in the history of the National Football League. You and Brandon. But had he made that kick and they won the division, I do wonder, I think a lot of people would still be saying, hey, Houston is coming on, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've actually seen, though, I saw a piece, I think it's CBS, 6 new playoff teams predicted, and here are the teams that are going to take their place. Jags were not one of those 6 teams, but it was interesting because one of them said Indy replacing Houston, which it was nice to see that not everybody just thinks that Houston is going to go, that it's always up and away.
Yeah, Indy kept all their good, extended all their good players, right? Pittman got a big deal. Zaire Franklin, who's a great linebacker.
Franklin's got a new deal. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's obviously still there.
The corner got a new deal, too. Kenny Moore.
Did he get a new? I don't know.
I thought he got an extension or something. Whatever, but it sounds like they spent their money keeping guys.
The key for them is does Anthony Richardson stay healthy?
No, right.
Yeah. Flacco's their guy.
Yeah. You can't
run the same offense, obviously.
No, right.
Yeah.
Well, Flacco had some magic last year.
He absolutely did, right?
That's what they're thinking, and maybe he can continue if they need him to.
I don't think it's a bad look. If you need a backup quarterback based on what he did last year, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But, look, I mean, I think what happened last year is spurring the team this year, and it should from top to bottom. And the way the Mr. Khan's talking, man, I absolutely love it. That's what I've been looking for.
All right, we'll pick up on that on the other side. By the way, thank you, Bobby, for the call. Shad Khan, July 18th will turn 74. So
All right.
tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Let's go.
That's right.
Window is open. It'd be great to have a banner to hang in the new stadium.
Yes.
Waiting to go. And then we can add some more.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, 2's good, too.
2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, man. Just let's start with 1.
Let's start with 1.
Somewhere.
I agree.
Can you imagine? Oh, my God.
No,
All right.
That's what makes it special.
That right?
Better than anywhere else, I think.
Chasing it, but there are a lot of conditions right there that make you feel like if not now, when?
Yeah.
Right? So, all right, Tom McManus is here, obviously. Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. If you want to get in, 641-1010 on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines or the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. Connect with 1010XL.
On the line, with your friends. Now everyone's exchanging ideas.
Find 1010XL on your social channels.
Today is the day to drive away in style with a brand new Cadillac Lyriq from Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville.
And you can lease a 2024 Cadillac Lyriq for just $439 a month for 36 months with $4,889 due at signing.
We have over 60 Lyriqs in stock. Choose your color and drive away today.
Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville. Plus tax tag title, $899 admin fee and resistol. No security deposit required. Mileage charge of 25 cents per mile over 30,000 miles.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Smooth sailing and a smooth taste of Vida de Luis, an all-natural tequila made with volcanic spring water and aerated to provide a smoother finish. Go to VidaDeLuis.com and set a course for smooth living today.
Beard's Diamond's incredible Christmas and July sale is back.
Everything store-wide is on sale up to an unbelievable 40% off.
But it's only happening till July 31st.
Don't shop anywhere until you shop Beard's Diamonds.
At the St. John's Town Center.
Find your why and your next career move at the First Coast YMCA. Everyone can get involved and make a difference in your community at the Y. And if you'd like to turn your passion into a fulfilling career, the Y is an equal opportunity employer and is now hiring youth program leaders, lifeguards, swim instructors, and more. Plus, Y staff enjoy benefits including free YMCA membership and free childcare while you work. Find your passion, find your why in a career at fcymca.org.
How nice would it be not to worry about your AC unit for 10 years? What? Vaughn's Heating and Air, standing by their units for 10 years. Imagine not having to think about your AC unit for a decade. Vaughn's 10-year warranty covers the parts, labor, and refrigerant. Basically everything. No fictional problems that will cost thousands. This is legit. An AC unit with no repair costs. Wouldn't that be nice? So remember, if your AC unit won't turn on, just call Vaughn's. That's Vaughn's Heating and Air.
In sports, the grind outside the lines is what ultimately defines our success. Get the amateur's edge, powered by B3 Better, to learn the hidden path of top pros, amateurs, and coaches. Saturday mornings at 11 on 1010XL.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball presented by FIS is home this weekend at 1-to-1 Financial Ballpark. Tonight is Red Shirt Friday with post-game fireworks. Tomorrow, the first 2,000 fans get a free hat, plus more fireworks courtesy of the Maxwell House. Then is Baptist Health Sunday Family Fun Day, followed by Military Appreciation on Monday. JackShrimp.com for tickets. JackShrimp.com. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. Affordable family fun.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting! Kicking here with Zero Res. If you're like me, you like to sit on the sofa and recliners and watch a good game or show. unwind down from the day. But sometimes TV time means food, drink, and a mess as well. That's why you need to have the Zero Res truck out and get that furniture looking great again. All of June, Zero Res offering 25% off all upholstery cleaning, 25% off a sectional, off a sofa, 25% off a love seat, 25% off your favorite recliner. Zero Res, man. You spell it forward, you spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988. So call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Pross, I'm thinking about changing my name.
Again? You're already the media mogul, the straw that stirs the drink, the Duke of Pablo Bay. Now what?
Refer to me as Dreamfinders Danny Hicken.
What in the blazes? Is this a cash grab?
No, it's just that I believe so much in Dreamfinders Homes. 20 locations in Northeast Florida, official home builder of Jags and Gators. Great opportunity for first-time homeowners.
All right. Dreamfinders Danny it is.
Did I mention the lowest interest rates you can find? Visit DreamfindersHomes.com. Now let Dreamfinders Danny celebrate through the majesty of song. Dreamfinders, I believe they will build your home just right.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Get up on it.
Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Is this what Pockets plays when he goes to the beach? Like,
damn right.
What
Got
do you
the jukebox with me?
I'm wondering, like, what's your playlist like when you go to the beach on Sunday?
I'll probably play some Morgan Wallen, this new guy named Shabuzi.
Shabuzi and Morgan Wallen.
Not Boosie. Shabuzi.
Yeah. Right? Morgan Wallen's a country guy, right?
Yeah.
Right. Shabuzi does not sound like a country guy.
He is a country guy, though.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
He's a new guy. Like, his music's not even a couple months old.
Yeah. I would not have I would not have guessed Shabuzi was a country singer.
No, I wouldn't either.
So I would have thought, hey, that's a pretty eclectic playlist you got going right there.
Yeah.
Whatever. Hey, to each your own.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Bob from Kendrick.
I like a little bit of everything.
Little diss track.
Yeah, total.
You know who I like? Now, I don't play it a ton, but SZA's voice is phenomenal, man. I love my girls listen to her all the time.
Right? The only time I've ever seen her, she was on Saturday Night Live as the music.
Oh, really?
guest. That's about the only time I ever
she
see
can
anybody
sing. Cool
who's
voice.
at all, relevant
music.
or new.
Like we all
I know
do.
you do.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, how long will it take to add some Shabuzi to the Dad Bods playlist?
I don't know. We're playing tonight. I'll have to ask the band if we can slide that in.
Give us some details.
We are down at Finn McCool's in Ponte Vedra, right there on US 1, near Nice High School, right there on Phillips Highway, US 1, whatever you call it. We start at 8. Awesome venue. Really cool venue.
How long do you go?
We're going to until I think 11 they shut us down.
That's pretty good. So how many sets?
3 sets.
Okay.
3 sets, about 10 or 11.
Do you have like encores in the holster?
Yeah, but once 11 comes, they shut you because St. Johns County, the noise ordinance is kind of weak. I mean, who go?
We're a little old.
Come on, lighten up. Extend it to midnight at least,
bro. I'll never forget going to the Super Bowl in New York. Right, going to the game, coming back. Our hotel was in Times Square.
Yep.
And, it's not like there's so many different places to eat, but I was at the Hard Rock. Mm-hmm. I went to the Hard Rock, wanted to get a steak. I'm like, it's New York City.
Yep.
Shouldn't matter what day of the week. I should be 4:30 in the morning, the city that never sleeps. They're like, sir, we're closing at midnight. Like, I had just gotten there.
Yeah.
You're in New York. You're Times Square on Super Bowl Sunday.
Wow.
And you're closing at midnight.
Yeah,
like, everyone's old. Man.
Yeah.
Everyone's old. All right. We talked about this a little bit earlier this week. Off the top of your head, and these don't have to be mortal locks, but who are players you would consider on the Jaguars to be top 10 at their position in the National Football League?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Aluakin, for
Okay.
sure. I think he's
top 10 off-ball linebacker.
Yeah.
Tommy Mack goes straight to the middle linebacker.
Yeah, really. Ingram.
Evan Ingram.
I mean,
I was huge numbers last year, right? What about Josh Allen?
Josh Allen, for
17 and a half sacks.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I think he's number one on the list. I think he's, if you don't have him in your top 10 edge rushers, then I think
there's something wrong.
You're just not really. I think people kind of skip by Jacksonville like that. I think ETN could be you can make an argument
I'd
for
say
him.
top 10.
I saw a list that came out the other day, had him 11.
Yeah, I saw
and there
that
were
too.
at least a couple that I said, no way.
Right.
I would take that guy right now over Travis Etienne.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
I saw that too.
I think Trevor can play his way into that conversation.
Yeah.
You know, some people might already have him there, but I don't think that's a fair consensus spot to stick him yet.
Not yet, but he's right there.
He has the talent and the ability to be that guy.
All of it.
And if it goes his way this year, we may be talking about that. I don't know if there's a single receiver. Like, Christian Kirk's really good.
Yeah.
But the receivers in the NFL are
What
are
if it was
ridiculous.
slot receiver? And you know, then you could say he's top 10 slot receiver.
That's a different story.
Right.
Sure.
But
All right?
overall,
I don't think there's an offensive lineman. You know, I think you could maybe make the case for Eric Armstead.
Well, Morse should be top 10 center, I would think.
Possibly. Yeah, that's all right. Right. If you break it down, right, just to
I
center.
would think he's...
But I've seen him listed as like 15.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah. So anyway, I guess CBS Sports is doing a continuing ranking of like the top 20 guys, right?
Okay.
At different positions, right?
Yep.
So they did tight end today. I thought, this will be a good one because Evan Ingram's coming off a monster season. Evan Ingram, number 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some of them definitely belong ahead of Evan Ingram, but let's go through they put George Kittle at number 1. Okay.
Oh.
As Kelsey, too, because Kittle, I think, is seen as more of the two-way guy, right? Very physical in the run game and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
And he had 1,000 yards on only 65 catches. He was very good.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Evan Ingram deserves to be over Kittle or Kelsey, who's at number 2 for that matter, or Mark Andrews, who at number 3 has been fantastic. Now, Andrews starting to accumulate a lot of injuries, too, so you could factor that in. Number 4, Sam Laporta. He's coming off a ridiculous rookie season, right? He scored 10 touchdowns, had nearly 900 yards. I'll allow it, right? So there's 4 guys. Trey McBride, in a breakout season for Arizona. Scored 3 touchdowns. He had less yards than Evan Ingram did. And similar to Ingram, Tom, who'd they have to throw to last year in Arizona? It wasn't Marvin Harrison Jr. lining up out there. So he got hit with a lot of targets in the second half of the season. I think that to me is more of a projection.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, with the amount of receptions that Evan had last year and then the amount of touchdowns, maybe that's why he's not ranked. Because he only had like 3 touchdowns, right? But 115 receptions or something like that?
He had, I think, 4 touchdowns, 114 catches, 4 touchdowns.
Okay, so maybe they're thinking, I don't know. I obviously, we feel differently. But who's next?
T.J. Hawkinson.
He's
coming
injured.
Coming off a massive knee injury.
I mean, who knows? But
did he have, boy, they're listing him as 95 catches for 960. Did he do that last year? That's pretty good.
That is good, yeah.
I mean, if you put it together. David Njoku of the Browns. He's a good player.
He killed our defense.
He definitely, no, there's no question about that, right? But again,
it's miscommunication.
Other than Amari Cooper, they didn't really have anybody to target heavily. Jake Ferguson of the Cowboys. He's another good one.
Yeah.
760 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yep.
Breakout season, taking over for Dalton Schultz. Pretty explosive off. I mean, I think you can debate a number of these guys. Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert had 592 yards and 3 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, that's for what he used to be.
Is that name recognition or what?
Sounds like it.
Right?
I mean, that's not a good year.
It's certainly not. They say Goddard's been pretty damn consistent over the past 5 years. He's had between 55 and 59 catches 4 times. Well, Ingram about doubled that.
Yeah.
Who cares how damn consistent you've been if the numbers are just kind of okay? I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player.
No, I know what you're saying.
And then Dalton Kincaid of the Bills already coming off a rookie year where he had 673 yards and 2 scores. And talking about he's probably going to be Josh Allen's top pass catcher. Well, he may get fed the ball this year. I don't know. I just feel like
in that
Ingram's
list,
year getting overlooked a little.
I think in that list, I would have Evan around 7.
Now, their rationale is his yards per catch wasn't outstanding, right? He got a ton of targets, had a ton of receptions, therefore he had the yardage. But at the same time, you didn't have Christian Kirk and Zay Jones for a large part of that.
True.
So defenses are able to know that it's coming with Evan Ingram, and he still found ways to get open. And even though he didn't, have this 15-yard per catch average, he was a reliable target who found the ability to get open down in, down out for Trevor Lawrence last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you take him, and from an athletic standpoint, he's one of the top guys out there.
Yeah, they said, what do they say? Not much of a blocker. I think he's a solid.
I think he's scrappy, yeah.
Yeah, he's not George Kittle.
No.
But a lot of these guys on this list are not that type of guy. But a massive pass-catching role will keep him productive, and he shouldn't yet be in the decline phase of his career. 37 yards short of 1,000 last year. He does need to score more, I think.
What was his yards per catch? 8?
Like 8.5, something like that. So it was right, but
10.
It does.
Typically for tight ends, 10's the mark.
And that's more what he's been.
Yeah.
And I think though when you are the focal point in many ways of a defense's effort to stop your passing game.
Right.
I mean, you had Ridley and Ingram. Those were the two guys, and Ridley's out there boffing balls off his hands all day.
Well, and Trev loses, faith in that, right? And then you got to go to Ingram. Who else am I going to?
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know.
Hey, we're glad we have him. He should have another big year. I think this whole offense will have a big year.
I love Evan Ingram in this this role.
Yeah.
For this team. And again, it just kind of, when you look at these rankings of this team's got the best roster, this team's got the 20th best roster.
Yeah.
I do feel like either there's some of that we're too close to it, and we tend to maybe elevate our guys a little bit. But there's also some of just, Evan Ingram had a rep when he left the Giants as being a guy who dropped a bunch of balls.
Didn't reach his potential fully.
And I feel like he's not been that when he's been here.
Yeah, no, he's been more than solid.
Year before last, Tom, his 2 years in Jacksonville, all right, he was 8.5 last year. Because, again, when you're getting that volume, it's tough to maintain that average.
Yep.
He averaged 10.5 the year before.
Yeah.
Which was a career high. He does need to score more.
Yeah.
Well,
they got to call his number 2 when it's time to score.
Right. He's not like, the 6'4" block you out guy.
You're not just throwing it up to
high point it,
for
right?
the most point.
But, if Evan Ingram scores 7 or 8 touchdowns this year, would you be surprised at all?
No.
Me either.
No, not at all.
I would almost expect it.
Yeah.
With the variety of weapons that they have. What's a good number for Trevor on touchdown to interception ratio this year? I mean, obviously we just want to win games, but just statistically speaking,
2-to-1's great.
3-1.
3-1
Gotta
is
be
even
3
better.
to 1.
All right, 30
but,
and 10.
Like 30 and 10?
Yeah.
Because he was 2-to-1 basically last year.
It was 21 and 14.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you're right. He was. Now you're right. He was low on that.
Yeah, he's low.
It's got to be better than that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely. But 30-10, 30-12.
That was 1.5 to 1, I guess.
Yeah.
Last year, something like that. But
good math.
30. That's what I'm asking. Like, what's the touchdown number?
Well, he had 25 2 years ago. So, I'd like to see around that 30 range.
I think
so.
they have the weapons to do it. If Ridley just caught the ones that would have been scores last year, or half of those, there's a few more on the tally. And again, that doesn't, injuries, whatever, every quarterback deals with it to some degree.
Hey, the owner says injuries had nothing to do with it, so I'm with the owner.
Let's get back to the owner when we come back in a minute here. Hour 1 in the books. Tom McManus is here. This is Jaguars Today. Tommy is going to unveil in hour number 2 his list of his 5 favorite Jags of all time. Whatever his criteria, it's up to you to create the criteria. We did this on Tuesday, and I thought it'd be a fascinating look to see. And a tough one, right?
It is. It's really tough. The list I made's got nothing to do with what kind of player they were.
And that's fine, right? But I bet you could go like 6 to 10 and go, every one of these guys deserves a spot in there. So we'll have fun with that coming up. We'll take you around the league. Our question of the day, not football related in the least. What is your best advice for a young couple expecting their first child? Oh, I don't know, like Trevor and Marissa Lawrence are, and congrats to them. So you can share that, and we'll discuss that a little bit next hour as well. Mike Dempsey, Tom McManus, Dylan Denmark here with you. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. If you bleed teal and black, we've got your back. 1010XL 92.5 FM, home of the Jaguars.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From rolling lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
Arrested? Got traffic tickets? DUI? License problems? Gun charges? Drug charges? If you've been charged with any crime, call me, criminal defense attorney Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
The saying goes, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, that is actually true if your neighbor installed artificial turf. Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Sunshine Turf, a family-owned local company that will take your backyard dreams and turn them into a reality. Caleb can design anything from putting greens to pet runs, and if you have a pool, you'll definitely love maintenance-free turf around it. Visit sunshineturf.info to get a free quote today from Sunshine Turf. That's sunshineturf.info.
What smelled funny but smells great? A Kuhn Flowers floral arrangement. Kuhn Flowers. The name is synonymous with excellence for over 75 years. High Flying Jacko here for your next floral purchase. Call on Kuhn Flowers.
Save money while beautifying your home with Renewal by Andersen with energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Their exclusive Fibrex product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. Right now, buy one window or patio door and get one 40% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. But restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
Moms and dads looking for some serious summer fun for your kids? Then check out I-9 Sports Flag Football Tournament Series. It'll run through June and July, and you can put a team together and join in on the action. Ages 4 to 14. Go to i9sports.com for all the details. It's happening at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows at their brand new turf facility. If you've got a youth flag football team and want to put one together, get ready for the I-9 Sports Flag Football Tournament Series this summer. Check it out at i9sports.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. As the Jags approach training camp next month in new facilities, owner Shad Khan says there are expectations.
What it means is we have everything here to win. Some of our facilities were substandard. I mean, we have world-class facilities now. With that comes expectations that we should not shy away from. You know, we need to win.
Miles Russell of Jacksonville Beach became the 9th youngest player to tee it up in a PGA Tour event on Thursday with his first round of the Rocket Mortgage Classic at the Detroit Golf Club.
My goal is just to have fun. It's been a wild ride. Kind of just a roller coaster. It's been a blast though. Try to learn a couple things from these great players and take something away.
Earlier today, Creekside High School and University of Georgia commit Christian Miller received the 2023-24 Gatorade National Boys Track and Field Player of the Year Award. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 10:59, it's 87 degrees. Time and Center brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler, Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Tommy Mack here. Knocked out a podcast episode this morning, right?
I did, yep.
Is
Absolutely.
it up or will be up right after the show?
It should be up already. Grammage does a great job putting it together.
Wait until noon to listen.
Yeah, 1010XL's YouTube channel.
Yep.
Should be right there, so check it out.
Excellent. I know you're doing one next Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I've invited you, and you've been gracious enough to accept to pop in the studio because it's going to be cookout day around these parts.
Yep.
And we're just talking about Duval Doom is the representative for Jaguars Today. He's our grill master.
Nice.
And he is
all right.
Like I was told, you have access to a grill if you come here, or you can pre-cook and heat it in the microwave. He's like, what? He's like, I'm bringing my own grill, my own setup, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to set up outside. You just tell me when this stuff needs to be hot and ready to go.
All right.
And so you were saying, and there's nothing that I haven't told Doom to his face a million times. Yeah. He's a little emotional, right?
That's right.
He rides the emotional roller coaster when it comes to Jag fandom.
Yeah.
It would be fair to say.
I said, I'm like, he gets mad at us if we don't praise Trevor enough. And then you're like, oh, he's just emotional.
He is. I mean, because there'll be a day then when he goes, that's it, I'm wrong. Trevor is this, and and he'll flip it, and that's who he is, and it's in part what makes him a passionate fan.
Right. It's all passion.
But you've never met Doom.
I haven't.
In person.
I don't believe I have. Johnny, right?
Johnny Machiavelli is what we call him, at least on
Johnny Mac
on social media. Doom actually back in the day when we used to do this when we were down at the stadium was the fan.
Yeah.
Third host of the show.
I've probably met him before. It's been a long time if I have.
He'll weigh in here because Doom, he's now fully more re-engaged with the show than ever. Yep. It seems like he's listening every day. He's tweeting at the show every day. Yep. Maybe, in anticipation of his great Grill Master debut here, but I'm sure he will let me know whether he's met you in person.
Well, I'll be here Tuesday to meet him.
Exactly.
Or see him.
And we're going to have him pop in and in between, focus on your job because Jaguars Today wants to win the burger portion of the cooking, right? That's job one, Doom.
I'm just going to say, because I love cooking burgers.
Do you?
Yeah. And I wonder what the meat is. I always wonder what the meat, because I always have ground chuck in mine, but then I add ground sirloin.
Okay.
Because the chuck's got a little bit of fat.
Yeah.
And then the lean sirloin
You want a little
in.
bit of fat.
You do, yeah. It's so tasty.
You want a drippy, juicy, delicious burger. He's already warned me because he posted a pic the other day of the perfect steak, and I'm like, bro, that's raw. Like,
Oh, right.
And he's like,
that.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Burgers, steaks, completely different than all this. So I have full faith in the guy. Truly do.
I'm not a bloody steak guy either. And I'm not a well-done guy either. But I like
it more rare. The older I get, the more I appreciate a more
as long as the
side.
outside's really cooked good. Though.
Yeah.
It's got to be
good sear, all that stuff. So we're going to have fun with that next Tuesday. We're going to have the burger competition. We're going to have the rib competition and the sides as well. So, just kind of a fun
BYOB.
Absolutely. Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws is what I've heard.
That's
so, and am I right
baby?
Or am I right that the best beverage comes out of a cooler that is full of ice that's half melted? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Freezing
I don't
cold,
care.
But not frozen.
Not frozen.
Yeah, you don't want my beer frozen.
You want it to be like if you've got, let's say it's a beer, right? And you've got 3 different varieties of beer and you're looking for the last Amstel Light or whatever it is, right?
It is,
and you got to fish around for a minute. You want your hand to come out
freeze
and not be able to feel it.
Yeah.
But the beer's not frozen. That's like the perfect beverage.
Totally. It's almost like you almost are wanting to pull your hand out before you even grab the beer.
Yes.
It's so cold.
Like, is there really one more of these down there?
Yeah.
I swear we did. The league violated antitrust laws in distributing out-of-market Sunday afternoon games on Sunday Ticket, the premium subscription service. The jury awarded the damages to a residential class and $96 million in damages to a commercial class. $9 billion.
Numbers is what you're saying.
That's what kind of practice, where, and there have been some of those rules with, the government allowing it to happen, like the NFL, the argument has been kind of thing. But here they're saying people, like, maybe Jaguar fans, I want to see Jaguar away games.
Yeah.
And there are services that would love to carry this and provide this to me for X price, but you're saying no, if you want that, you got to buy everything.
The whole package.
You got to buy the whole damn thing.
And I used to be DirecTV. You know, like I used to
Sunday Ticket?
Sunday Ticket, yeah, it was very expensive.
Well, at the time, like how many years ago was this for you?
Back when I was full-time radio, so was that 2012, somewhere around
What is the cost? I've never had Sunday Ticket. What is the cost for Sunday Ticket?
I was paying
right
like
now?
$180 a month, $200 a month, something like that.
A month?
Yeah, it was a lot back there. $150, something like that.
Woo!
Yeah.
Right now it's $350.
$350 for the whole season?
For the whole year.
Yeah.
$87 a month.
87, because the first thing that came up here, the exclusive home of Sunday Ticket, all you need is internet and a supported streaming service, YouTube TV. Okay, it costs, YouTube TV costs $73 a month, but then there is the additional Sunday Ticket. So it's $87 a month is basically what it is?
Yeah, that's now.
Okay.
Back in 2012, it says it was $200 for the whole year.
Okay.
No way. I think it was a lot more than that.
$350 is what they're saying for the full season.
Okay.
But it's it's forcing you to buy. If you're
the
getting
whole thing.
like you get X amount of free games every week, right? And so if you want the rest of them, if you broke it down into $350, what you're paying per game, if you only were buying your team's games,
right,
be crazy much cheaper than that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
they took advantage. Sounds like.
Then again, the NFL will drag this thing out through the appeals process for a long time.
No doubt.
So, hey, I've never been a Sunday Ticket holder, but if you were, I think anytime 2011 to now, you may get, if it finally goes through, you may get a part of that because it's a class action deal.
Yeah.
Right? Any consumer who purchased that has a chance to get a piece of the pie.
Yeah. $200 a year would be like $15 a month or $12 a month. No, I was paying a ton more.
Yeah, but you don't pay it year round either.
No, but during the season, it went up.
Right. So, like, if it was $200, it's basically a 4-month package, or it'd be like $50 a month. Did that make sense?
I felt higher. I don't know.
Maybe it was.
Maybe it's my brain.
Maybe it is.
You know,
could be that. All right, let's move along from that. Shad Khan, in addition to talking about the organizational failure of how things went, and I know you like that, also said, look, we cannot be addicted to free agents, right? And there was a time like when you got nothing, you got to go out there and you have to spend. Now, there's nothing wrong. Like the Jags went out there, and sometimes you got to plug key holes like they did this year. If you're not in position, you can't get everything in one draft.
Right.
But you got to be better at drafting as a whole. Do you think
drafting, developing, and keeping?
Yes.
Right. That's
because we've seen sometimes the Jags have drafted guys. They've developed to a point. They let them walk and they blossom somewhere else. Right. And I think these contracts that they've given out to Trevor and Josh Allen this offseason is an indication that we're trying to draw the line in the sand. This is the kind of foundation we're trying to build here. Right. But when you combine the organizational failure with we got to be better at drafting and developing, do you think there is a little bit of a tiny bit of a spark under the seat of Trent Baalke and or Doug Peterson this year?
I don't know if spark's the right word, but if this year doesn't go according to plan, yet there's definitely a hot seat or a warm seat at least for Doug Peterson.
You think more Doug than Trent?
You know, I got to be. I never thought last year was lack of talent. I thought it was more than like Shad was saying, the leadership,
lack of performance,
just wasn't there, man. You know, you think about because I know a lot of talks with press and Doug and even Shad had a comment like he was talking about. I think it was with the New York Post or Times or something. He said something like, "If I was Doug, I'd want to have my hands on the wheel. Like if I were in that position, I'd want to control it." You know, and look, fair or not fair. Look, if the players executed better last year, we wouldn't be worrying about the play calling, would we?
Not nearly as much. Now, maybe it would have covered up some of the stink. Like if they win that one more game and they win the division and they lose in the first round of the playoffs, we'd be hanging our hat on, well, they're the two-time division champs.
Just talking take away half the drop passes.
Okay.
Take away half the drop touchdown passes, How about not
But who
missing
is that
the
on?
block?
Is that on the guy dropping the ball? Is that on the scheme? Is that on the play caller? Is that on the guy who signed him? Or a little bit of all that?
I mean, the ball hits you in the hands.
You got to catch
it. I don't care how hard it's coming either.
I'm with you.
I know there's been talk about, he throws it. Whatever. You kidding me? Elway threw a ball in the playoffs and it hit my middle finger and it was swollen for 6 months.
Did you catch
give
it?
me a break. No, I didn't.
Well, there you go. But that's why you play
Trev,
defense.
Quit throwing it so hard. No,
That's why you play
I don't
defense.
buy it. Yeah, exactly. That was good. I walked right into that one. Dink. Yeah, I'm not buying it. But seriously, just executing better. I wasn't a fan of all the play calling, don't get me wrong. But if you really could look back at it and be like, what if they even 25% better? You'd be better production. You'd been in the playoffs. You'd made it.
By the way, that play calling comment was so thinly veiled.
Yeah.
We don't have to. Yeah. I don't think Shad was going. I think it should be Press Taylor. Right? There's no doubt.
Yeah.
He thinks that Doug Peterson should take that over. If you are the head coach has to be, as Shad even said, I trust him. He's empowered. He can do what he wants.
That's right.
But if you are the head coach and your owner is making these kind of statements, and John Oehser made a good point. This is the first time we've really heard from Shad this offseason.
Yep.
So had he made these comments back in March, not as close to training camp, it would be a little bit more understandable. Doug talked about the collapse and all these things, and it's got to be better. But if you're the head coach, even if you've won a Super Bowl, and your owner has gone out there and given you everything you want. I got your quarterback under contract. Yep. I got your pass rusher. I got all these guys. I've signed everybody. Never skimp on money in free agency when you ask me to. And he has that opinion that if this is something you do better than the other guy, why aren't you doing it? Doesn't that put a little bit of pressure on Doug Peterson to do that?
Yeah, and look, it's Doug's offense. That's the thing. If it was Press's offense and Doug's learning it along the way, That's a totally different story. This is Doug's offense. So I'm with Shad. I mean, if I'm Doug, I want to call the plays.
All in.
But, and look, it's all communication, right? Hey, Press, it's going to be looked upon as a demotion, but you're going to be with me every step of the way. You'll be part of the game plan. We'll talk about plays. You'll have input. I'm just at the end of the day, I'm going to call the plays on Sunday. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I just would. But,
I think a lot of Jag fans are right there with you and hope that
but
that would
in
be the
the
case.
defense of Press, like I said, if the players could execute better last year, we might not be talking about it as deeply. You know what I mean?
All right. We are going to come back, Tommy, and I'm excited about your homework assignment that you've been given. We did a Tuesday top 5 this week on your 5 favorite Jaguars. Your criteria is your criteria. Doesn't matter about it. Could be the just 5 best. Could be a combination of things, whatever. So we'll see how Tommy defines his top 5 fave Jags. We'll run through that list, and then I'll refresh you on mine as well. Coming up as we continue to go through the hour. And towards the end of the hour, we'll take a look at the question of the day, which is obviously Trevor and Marissa Lawrence centric today, as we're asking you, what is your best advice for a young couple expecting their first child?
Yep.
Have, I don't know, $200+ million in guarantees in the bank. That's a good start.
Yeah, I don't know.
There.
Afford 5 nannies. You'll be all right.
That would be a good thing right there. All right. Oh, by the way, they're showing Eagles will wear the Kelly Green throwbacks versus the Jags in Week 9 this year. So that is the one thing that Jaguar fans are waiting for.
Yeah.
Is a throwback announcement.
Yeah.
Trev.
I know.
Always goes with the old logo.
His wife does too.
She does. The two of them, man.
Cool,
so
that's cool stuff.
I really, this as a quick aside, they have so embraced Duval. They really have. And granted, it's where you got drafted. It's that, but it's not fake to the extent that they're going. You can just say, "Oh, we love it here," whatever, but they really go out of their way to be a part of the lore of what's come before them and hopefully what's to come.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that's good upbringing right there.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it is.
I think
too.
you're right.
Both
Smart
sides.
is what it is.
Yep.
All right, so we'll do that when we come back. Tommy Max, 5 favorite Jags of all time. It's the ones who get left off the list that are really going to be listening closely to this one. But hey, you know what? A list is a list. 5 is 5. We'll get to that coming up. Mike Dempsey, Tom McManus, Dylan Denmark, Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Awaken 180 weight loss between myself, Matt Hayes, Hacker. We've lost about $140. That's a whole adult human being that is gone. And, man, the beautiful thing is that person's not coming back. You keep the weight off with Awaken 180. And I'm at the stage now, I'm in maintenance, right? Once you hit your goal weight, maintenance and coaching is free for life. I mean, life with Awaken 180. I check in with my coach every month to see, they check in. Hey, are you having struggles? Are you doing this? Do you have any events coming up? I built cheat days into my routine. I could basically eat anything I want as long as I'm not crazy and I eat in moderation. And trust me, there'll be no moderation next Tuesday, but that's all part of the plan. You can have those days. You can eat real food with Awaken 180. You're not eating just wheat germ and grass out of the field, man. You're eating real stuff. You could be the next Awaken 180 success story. Call 844-346-1800. Don't just lose it. Keep it off. Schedule your consultation online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. Many years ago, the fine people of Jacksonville longed for a radio station they could call their own.
Listen up, everybody.
1010XL.
This is our new home.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
It's a gift. That's what it is.
Certainly facing challenging economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but for me, comforting to know my money is in good hands with ITP Partners. Ticket here for ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. I'll admit it, I don't understand a ton about the economy. Higher interest rates, 401ks, but I do know as I move closer to retirement, I continue to watch my money grow. Thanks to Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate. Get in the game, guys. ITP Partners, always there to help. For more info, Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 904-312-9751.
AC Hotline, how can I help?
Help! Our AC isn't working, and my husband's pouring ice cubes down his pants.
Wow. Okay, well, we can help with the AC issue.
Please. I'm afraid he's going to damage something.
Okay, I'm going to connect you with the Duck.
The Doc?
No, the Duck. Duck Air Conditioning. Jacksonville area's AC experts.
Okay, tell them to hurry.
Beat the Florida heat with Duck Air Conditioning. Service, repairs, new installations, commercial or residential. Trust the Duck. DuckDuckAC.com.
It's soccer around the world, and here at home on the Sporting Jack Soccer Hour, Monday evenings on 10:10 a.m. Join Cole Pepper, Mauricio Ruiz, and Becky Burley for Soccer Talk, Mondays at 6 on 1010XL.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
What's changed totally inside and out? The Kuhn Flowers massive storefront, and yes, they've totally remodeled the showroom inside too. This is Frank Frangie. And the next time you drive by, stop and smell the roses at Kuhn Flowers.
What's more American than grilling out for the 4th of July? Check out southernsteerbutcher.com or our social media channels for all of our 4th of July specials running June 29th through July 7th.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
The restaurant of the day is Flame Broiler. Try the happy hour special, a mini chicken bowl with a drink for just $6.45. Order online at flamebroilerusa.com or check out one of 5 locations across town. Flame Broiler, simply healthy.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball presented by FIS is home this weekend at 1-to-1 Financial Ballpark. Tonight is Red Shirt Friday with post-game fireworks. Tomorrow, the first 2,000 fans get a free hat, plus more fireworks courtesy of the Maxwell House. Then is Baptist Health Sunday Family Fun Day, followed by Military Appreciation on Monday. JackShrimp.com for tickets. JackShrimp.com. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. Affordable family fun.
What's larger, the Earth's moon or the planet Pluto?
Does your homeowner's insurance company contact you before, during, or after a big storm? If not, then it's time for you to contact Southern Oak Insurance. Find us online at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The moon is larger than Pluto as its radius is over 1,000 miles. Pluto, just 715 miles.
Southern Oak Insurance.
Our family protecting yours.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com. An equal opportunity employer.
Your Jaguars game day, your way. Whether you want to see a division rival like the Titans, an NFC North opponent like the Packers, or a mix, deciding on your favorite matchups has never been easier with Bundle at the Bank.
Touchdown, Travis Etienne!
Get tickets to 3 or more games starting at just $58 per game. It's as easy as pick, pay, and play. But seats are selling fast, so visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
This weekend is going to be intense. The Ratified Credit Union Jacksonville Axemen are bringing the pain on Saturday. No pads, no helmets, just full contact action. Get there early. The Axe Women kick off at 5, the Axemen at 7. Tickets start at $10 and kids under 12 get in free. This might be your last chance to see Rugby League this summer. Visit jacksaxe.com for tickets and game information.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and Lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. He's number 55.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Double nickels, Tom McManus. By the way, Miles Russell playing in the, the Rocket Mortgage. You know, he's a 15-year-old from First Coast.
Yeah.
3 under on the day.
No
and
kidding.
now, yesterday he was 2 over.
Okay.
You know, shot 74.
Oh,
he's a 15-year-old kid.
I know. Unbelievable.
He's 3 under on the day through 10.
Yep.
Is at 1 under par right now. Right now, the projected cut is 2 under.
Okay.
Now, even if he gets there, the cut line can move and all
sure.
that stuff. But
good for him.
15 years old, man.
Yeah.
You know,
I think he went to kindergarten with one of my daughters.
Is that right?
I think. I mean, I don't
should
remember.
Got in on the ground floor.
Hey, what do you think? We got these two together. You never know.
Right? Hey, look at your finger painting. That's pretty impressive. That's just the way it goes. All right, Tommy.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun. This is in no way to, say that anybody who doesn't make the cut here is any less of a whatever.
No,
but I asked you, what is your criteria when you put together your top 5 list for your 5 favorite Jags of all time? How would you describe the criteria?
Mine's all off the field.
Okay.
It's all, just good times, good memories.
Guys you
just
like.
Good people that I love.
Would you say everybody on your top 5 you're still in contact with?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most
part. For the most
yeah,
part. But
yeah,
put it this way. If you saw him next week, it'd be like nothing ever happened, right?
Yeah. And I see most of the guys I see anyway.
You got that kind of relationship with them. All right, so let's play it. This is in no particular order.
Yeah, no.
Tom did not want to rank them 1 through 5.
No, you asked me, and I said, it's too hard to get them into 5. I've got 6 right now. I don't even know how I'm going to go
We'll give you 6 then. All right, we'll allow the 6.
Well, TC's 1, so he's a coach.
TC.
He's the only coach, Tom Coughlin.
Okay,
yeah.
and
and I will rank him number 1 because without him, I never make it to Jacksonville. So I'm going to say Tom Coughlin is one of my favorite all-time Jaguars.
And how many guys would you say that played with you in that era would rank Tom in the top 5 of their list?
Probably, I don't know.
A lot of guys.
A lot would, I think.
A lot appreciate him more now, right?
Big time.
And and if you could play for him, if you could play for Tom, you could play for almost anybody. The 90s version of Tom.
Let me just say, if you could play for Tom Coughlin at Boston College in the 90s, you could play for anybody, anywhere, in any sport ever.
The guys
anywhere.
in Jacksonville had it good. They didn't know how good they had it.
They had it a lot better than then. Yes, for sure.
All right,
it was
so
a lot harder.
TC is the only non-player on your list. So you have 5 more
so
slots.
I got 5 players. Okay,
Give me one. The next one, in no particular order.
Yeah, Pete Mitchell.
Would have been surprised if he wasn't the first
He was my roommate for 3 years. Are you kidding me? Thank goodness there were no phones, cameras, anything, reality shows, any of that stuff.
Those instant cameras did not threaten you nearly as much back in the day.
You know, it was great. What can I say? We got here in '95. We didn't know anything about Jacksonville. He came late, because he got traded for during training camp, and we hung out a tiny bit in BC, but not a ton. But we became best friends right away.
That similar background. Right?
Yeah, totally.
So, do you have a favorite, or it doesn't have to be the best, but a Pete Mitchell anecdote that is safe to air? Come back to that? Do we need to come back to that?
I don't know who's listening. I don't want to be disrespectful.
All right. Then let's move along.
Let me just say this. Pete, I always called Pete the silent assassin because he was, he was Mr. Non-confrontational. And I took a role, like he became like my younger brother. So if you mess with Mitch, I'm coming over to help my boy out.
Now, you're coming over the bar.
Yeah, because he wasn't a fighter. Like, he wasn't a guy like that. But I am who I am, and whatever. But, so he was, right. I kind of took him as, like, this guy's real special.
Would have been shocked if he was not on your list. In fact, I expected him to be first.
So
player.
silent assassin would mean, like, Pete would, we'd all go out, and then Pete would be gone, and you don't know where he went, and then you'd find out in the morning what went on.
Next thing you know.
Sly dog. Like, how did you pull that off? That kind of stuff. So
sure, that's in reference to, like, feeding the homeless or
whatever, get
finding
some
homes
eat
for
late
puppies.
At night,
All right, so get something to eat late at night. All right, Pete Mitchell, give me another one.
Brant Boyer.
Brant Boyer?
Yeah, Boyer and we ran quite a bit together. Early, too, like even before. So we met in March of '95. Like, we're up on Dunn Avenue. He was on the expansion draft. He came from Miami, so he'd been playing. I'd been out of football for 2 years. He always ribs me. He's like, he remembers the first time he saw me. I'm looking out the window like, who the hell's that down there? And I totally was like, who's this guy? Because I knew he was a linebacker. But we hit it off right away. I just wished him a happy birthday the other day. His birthday was the other day, and we just had so much fun. Can I tell you a quick story on that one? So we're in a bar, Sloppy Joe's, and if these two guys are out there listening, hopefully you laughed about it, but they're getting after me. And we just got to Sloppy Joe's, right? So we hadn't really been drinking yet. We're just kind of getting into, like, going out. We had the night off or the day off tomorrow, the next day. And so anyway, these two guys come up, and they've already been drinking. And they're fine, but they're like, do shots with us. We're like, no. Like, I haven't even had a beer yet. I don't want to do any shot. Oh, come on. You can't do what's wrong. You can't. So Boyer's like, all right, fine. We'll do a shot with you. Like, what kind of shot? Brant's like, look, we'll do a shot, but you're going to do a shot of ours after we're done doing a shot of yours. He's like, all right, well, what do you guys want? We're like, we'll take a couple vodkas. So we took a couple, took a shot of vodka. So then we go up to Brant's like, come on, come with me up to the bar. So we go to the bar, and there's a young girl working there. And those two guys are hanging by this little thing. And so Brant goes, hey, these two guys over here, they're trying to get us to do a bunch of shots. So would you do us a favor? Like, we're going to keep ordering vodka, but just make ours water. And get them 2 Prairie Fires with extra Tabasco. And you know what? Let me just have the Tabasco. I'm not kidding. True story. So the Prairie Fire was like 151 rum.
Okay.
And Brant starts just throwing in. And I'm just trying to block them, like, so they can't see. So we come back with 4 shots. We got 2 shots of water. And they take their shot. And the one guy, right away, his tongue falls out of his mouth. It's like slobbering. And he goes,
I know what you were going to say.
We started laughing so hard. It was so funny. We're like, now get out of here with your shots and come up here making us try to do shots. But boy, it was great. Kevin Hardy, I mean, just a great individual. He was a superstar early, like not in just, football either. Like he just had this higher profile type thing, but he was always down to earth with his friends. You know what I mean? Like he was just a really cool individual. You know what I mean?
Legendary house party guy.
Oh, the parties were unbelievable. He hates when I talk about it, but they were absolutely incredible. I remember Gabrielle Union was at one of his parties. He would bring in all and then this is in the 90s.
Right.
Like, you know, we haven't been here that long, but it was just fun, and we just always hit it off. And, you know, with Bees and Bragg, I'm naming too many guys, but we had a good time. James Stewart is in my list because Stu was so cool and still is. Every time I see him at the beach, we talk and hug. You know, he's just good individual, and he didn't drink back then, which was wild, but he'd hang out like it would be no big deal. You know, he'd just hang out, and great player. Him and I were lifting buddies in the gym. You know, he'd always outshine me on the bench, which always bothered me, but he was so strong, and I wasn't.
Still is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's jacked. And he's not really my final guy because there's more guys I could have picked, but I always really liked Mark Brunell. Like, I met Mark in 93 at the East-West Shrine game. His teammate and mine, a guy named Dave Hoffman, played linebacker at Washington. We hit it off at the Hula Bowl the week before in Hawaii, you know, the college all-star games. And then we went to San Fran or Palo Alto and played the East-West Shrine game. And that's where I met Mark Brunell. He was married already to Stacy, and they had their baby, Caitlin. Caitlin was like an infant. And, you know, us becoming teammates here in Jacksonville, we never really hung out socially, but I always really liked him. Like, he was just my kind of guy, you know, tough guy, good guy, friendly to everybody, cool to pretty much everybody, wouldn't take any grief, tough as nails. I mean, that's the one thing about when you got a quarterback that you'd almost kill for it, not literally, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you got somebody really special. And I'm sure the guys feel that way about Trevor, but we felt that way. I know I did. I felt that way about Brunell, and he could handle himself, no problem. But he was always a guy that I always really liked.
That's a great
and
list.
respected.
That is a great list. Let me just tell you, this is my criteria.
Yep.
Were guys that I really like. I don't ever remember interviewing you once in your playing days. Right? I don't. I mean, I was in that locker room.
No, I don't think
starting
so,
in '96, but I never remembered interviewing you. So my criteria was like guys that I had somewhat of a locker room connection with that I became kind of friends with over the years. And so Freddie T was at the top.
Yep.
MJD. Right.
Yep.
David Garrard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Donovan Darius at number 4. And the exception of the rule, I said, there's the one guy I think that I could call him at 2 a.m. and he would come and help me out. That's you, brother.
Oh,
I mean it. You know, like I really do. Out of all the guys, and I'm not saying these other guys wouldn't do it.
Yep.
You know, but I don't have that kind of relationship with everybody. You know, and I do think you're the kind of guy. You're just a guy that you know, if you are somebody's friend, you're going to do whatever you can to help that guy.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and if a friend needs your help, you got to go help him.
And I'm telling
you're my
you,
friend. There's no doubt.
Right. And you and I, and there is no Jaguar past, present, or probably future that I'll ever you and I have had our ups and downs. I mean, we've been
mostly up.
Mostly, right? But we've had our screaming matches. We've had a lot of stuff, and but you know, like that kind of stuff rolls off my back. You know what I mean? And that's who I am. I'm a guy who wears my emotion on my sleeve.
No doubt.
You are too.
Totally.
Sometimes those emotions conflict and whatever, but I really feel that way about. I think you're like a genuine type person that I'm sure you do it for anybody on that list and many more people in your life. And so I appreciate that about you. So
well, thank you, Mike.
Tommy Mack.
I appreciate that.
Sorry,
man.
you're only at number 5.
Well, no, that's fine. I'll take 5 all day long. I really do believe it matters to be a good person on this earth. You know, I really do think it matters, and I try my best to be as good as I can. And I'm not listen, you know me. You know me.
We all are imperfect, right?
Of course.
One of the things that is most important to me in my life when it comes to relationships with people is loyalty.
Yeah.
Like if I believe you're going to be, it's like having a coach who's going to show up me the same way every day. If I believe that when the going gets tough, you're not going to hit the road,
right? You
know, and because that's how I am. Like once you're in my circle of trust, I'll do anything for you.
Right.
You know,
I'll throw in integrity too, man. You gotta have integrity out there. So many in business and life, they just don't. And the minute you show me that you don't, is the minute I lose faith in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta have integrity in this world. You know, doing things the right way, especially when nobody's looking.
We've come a long way, baby. Is what the Virginia Slims used to say about their cigarettes. But I think the McManus-Dempsey combo, the Rumble, has come a long way, baby, over the years. All right. I wanted to do that to see how you put that all together. We'll come back. We'll take a look at today's question of the day with some final thoughts on the week that was in Jaguar football. What an offseason it has been.
It's been great.
To this point in time. And we'll send you into the weekend with helmets and heels coming up next here on
and we got advice for the new couple.
That's coming up next, right?
Yeah.
The question of the day, advice for the young couple expecting their first. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. 1010XL.
One game.
1010XL.
And we shut them down because we can.
1010XL.
This is your time.
1010XL.
Enjoy the thrill of the grill at John Smith Subs with specialty subs like the Steak Bomb, the Gator, plus a full lineup of cold and hot deli subs, including the best Cuban and Duval. Bring your big mouth to John Smith Subs on Hodges and JTB.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Did you know a metal roof from Prime Roofing has the highest wind and impact ratings available? If you want a stronger roof, think metal. Think Prime Roofing. Learn more at primeroofingfl.com. That's primeroofingfl.com.
What makes a Honda certified pre-owned vehicle so special? 182-point inspection, 24/7 roadside assistance, first-year free oil changes, and a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty for carefree driving backed by American Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Fish are good at hiding. Captain Kevin can help you find them.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Find more fish on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Thursday nights at 6.
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss on 1010XL AM.
Matt Hayes here for Leonard Truck Outfitters. The Southeast's biggest truck accessory and trailer company is opening their newest location on Beach Boulevard. Truck accessories, trailers, or commercial uplifts, they've got you covered. From Real Truck, UWS, Weather Guard, carry-on trailers, and much more. Join us for our grand opening on June 28th, starting at noon. XL Primetime will be there live from 2 to 4 with special promotions and giveaways, even a free golf cart. That's June 28th. Don't forget about our other location on Blanding Boulevard.
All right, gang, Hicken here. Let's talk skin. Me, myself, I am Beaches Dermatology. Want you to wear the sunscreen, man. It's summertime in the Sunshine State, which is great, but you got to wear the screen. You're going golfing, you're going out boating, you're going to the beach. 4th of July is almost here. When you're packing that bag for the festivities, bring the screen. And by the way, any concerns on your body right now, give Beaches Dermatology a call. I've been seeing them for years, and my skin thanks me for it. Call today online at beachesdermatology.com.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Now those sound like some well-oiled machines. If you're a business owner that uses tons of fuel, you need B&B. If you're in charge of a job site that uses tons of fuel, once again, you need B&B. B&B Oil and Fuel has the fuel you need and will deliver straight to your site or office. Top-notch products and service delivered with B&B Oil and Fuel. Job sites, boats, generators, nothing but the best fuel with B&B Oil and Fuel. Online at bb-oil.com. Only the best with B&B Oil and Fuel.
Calling all disc golf enthusiasts. Play It Again Sports Jacksonville wants your used discs. Now through June 29th, earn cash on the spot plus $5 in sports bucks for every $25 of disc golf gear we buy. Play It Again Sports also stocks new discs from your favorite brands like Innova, Discraft, Discmania, and more. Stop in today and shop our huge selection. Merrill Road near 295 in the Merrill Station Shopping Plaza or online at playitagainjacks.com.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. 1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Method with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, coming down the stretch for the week. What an off season it has been. What a week it has been. Still riding a good emotional high. And but you know what? A little steel in the backbone with the Shad Khan comments about the on-field stuff. So you get the feel good and you get the focus at the same time.
Expectation is to win.
Now.
Period. Now.
What do you think's the minimum acceptable? You can't
win the division.
Win the division. Okay.
Now, if you don't win the division, it's okay, but you gotta make a wild card.
Wild card and win a playoff game. Like it's got to be a playoff team. I think that's a fair. You're not always going to win the division every year.
Right.
It's competitive, but
gotta be a playoff team.
I think in the next, let's look at the 7-year window with Trevor's contract. And granted, he'll probably never see the last 2 years because he'll do another deal and whatever. But for the next 7 years, I think they need to be a playoff team, minimum 5, probably 6 times.
Yeah,
right. And because things happen, right? I mean, you can't. And I know injuries are no excuse, but look, if Patrick Mahomes misses the year, injuries are no excuse. Guess what? The next guy up is not nearly as good as Patrick Mahomes.
True.
In this case, you know who his backup is now?
I think I do.
Former MVP candidate.
I don't know.
Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah, Carson Wentz, right.
Carson Wentz. So
that makes sense, right?
They've got some interesting different guys there. They're in a position where they hope they never have to see that come to pass.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. What is your best advice for a young couple expecting their first child? Dylan, set us up, please.
10-10
Take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 Take. Brought to you by Leonard Truck Accessories.
Well, there are a lot of great submissions we got this morning. You can't boil it down to one piece of advice for anything, right? But somebody had it almost exactly the way I would have said it, and I'm looking for theirs right here. I learned this. I kind of when I was a kid, part of it was my dad had some anger management issues. Let's just put it that way, right? Okay. So if you spilled a soda at the wrong time, the world was ending.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Leave the refrigerator door open too long.
Or the door to outside, right? You're not trying. What are we trying to do? Cool the whole neighborhood. That whole thing, right? I think my dad invented that saying. But here it is from Banhammer.
Okay.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah. Enjoy it, right? You know what? And it's one thing to say when you got millions of dollars in the bank, right? Hey, buy a new couch, right? But your kid screws the screw ups that seem like they're so important in that moment, man. You look 5 years down the road, you're like, whoa, what are they? Who cares?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you can't have discipline, that there aren't parameters, but
pick your battles.
Pick your battles.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Especially as they're teenagers.
For me, it was from day one through now, and the teenage days are almost gone right now.
Yeah.
So for me, that would be it. Don't sweat the small stuff. What about you?
Well, I got two, if I may. So number
absolutely.
one, I would highly suggest go turn on with Arms Wide Open by Creed and jam it as loud as you can. That song came out when my Avery was not born yet, my oldest. And I tell you, it says everything for me. I'll show you everything. Because that's your job as a parent, right? That's like, go listen to that, too. I love that song. I want my band to sing. My band's like, we want to do higher. We want to do something different from Creed. I'm like, whatever. But I would love to sing that song because it's a very emotional song. And when you think about it, my wife and I were talking about last night, like, you remember when you were pregnant. Now, we have 3, right? They're all special. But when you first one, like, when you just find out, like, you know what I mean? That it's just an awesome time in your life. It's so emotional. So that's number one. Listen to that, too. Number 2, whatever kind of discipline or whatever kind of structure that you want your children to live under, start as early as you can because it gets harder and harder if you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait. Just set the tone early, whatever that is. You want them to have great manners, set it early. You know what I mean? How they treat other people, set it early. You know, just do it early because it's harder to change somebody as they get older. That's what my advice would be. And, of course, love them to death.
Of course, yeah, right. It's shower them with love, man. I mean,
it's all love.
Right? Dylan, you don't have any kids that you're aware of, right?
Negative,
right. Well, I'll say this. Dylan, for as much as we joke, is a much more responsible. What are you, 25? 26. You're old now. I expect you to be responsible. But 25, 26, I was nowhere near, like, what he is. So your parents have done a pretty decent job with you, Dylan. I don't want to give you any of that credit. I want to give it to your parents.
Yeah, they've done good with all of us. Yeah. I got 3 other siblings too. We all got good work ethic and
like you're like you're 26 years old, man. You're spending a lot of your time volunteering as a coach and doing all this stuff and
listen, it always starts in the house, doesn't it? It starts at home. It's your home. So you make it how you want to make it.
All right, here are some of the pieces of advice that Trevor and Marissa Lawrence received today. I will censor what I need to. All right. Love the child unconditionally and be prepared for sleepless nights. We already did the cut your steak, which was awesome. Yeah. Cristiano, hugs and kisses whenever you can because they won't let you do that forever. Right? That is a true story, right?
I still get hugs, but think how many cuddles, like the cuddles they leave eventually.
It's right, and there's nothing like it. Let's see. I can't answer this question with no experience. Okay, that's fine. Always keep your baby secure in your arms. This gives the child a sense of safety with mom and dad. No baby toss, no matter how slight. I don't agree with that one.
Baby toss?
Like, toss them up in the air?
Oh, my God. What are you talking about?
I toss them all the time, man. I mean, it's that sense of, like, that freedom. Whoa, wait a minute. You know, it's not always going to. I mean, it's great. Sure, you want to love your kid. And so I would slightly disagree with that.
We used to play a game in the pool. Like, I'd see how high I could throw.
Right.
And I would tell him, you got to, like, I'd make him get in, like, a cannonball position because when you hit the water, it won't hurt.
Right.
And I used to throw them up, 15. They would go flying. It was great. They had the time of their life.
Mo said, don't Google anything.
Okay.
Take it day by day. Josh, take it as it comes. Try to enjoy every minute. A lot of that. Yep. Brian said having $80 million in your bank account will help. I'm sure it will. Andrew said,
people with money have problems too. Don't fool yourself.
But it's nice to have. You know, there are a lot of people that struggle and scrimp and save. But you know what? Some of that is my parents didn't have money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know,
and I loved my childhood, man.
No, right.
You know, I
Me too. Same.
hand-me-down baseball glove that, who cares? It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
You know?
No, we had everything we needed.
Teach them a little perspective.
But listen, I just want to say, you just can't throw money at everything with your child. Just because you have a ton of money, you still have a huge responsibility to raise that child and the right way.
Absolutely.
And whatever that right way is, you'll find out.
Andrew had 2. He said, keep dating each other. Right? The best thing to see is your kid in a healthy, loving relationship. But then he said, let the baby cry it out at bedtime.
Yep.
Instead of picking them up. You know?
Well, I tell you what, the first time's the hardest. Where you know what, they've been fed, they got a new diaper, they're just being cranky. You just gotta let them cry themselves to sleep. You stay outside their door waiting for it, just in case. But
we were spoiled rotten. Yeah. Colin slept through the night like from day one.
Oh wow,
it was unbelievable, man. It really so.
Yeah. See, I was the worst. My wife would say she'd laugh because I'd go get him and bring him in bed with me, because I love
I'm with you.
Oh, you can lie here all you want,
So there's a basic look. I could repeat a lot of these, but basically, appreciate every moment. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what's coming down the line. No matter how much you have your life planned out.
That's right.
Real life throws that big monkey wrench at you.
Beep happens to everybody.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep. So as we look back on today, happy that the owner's throwing a little gauntlet down.
Yeah.
Right?
No doubt. I love it. And I look, you got to think, look, he's human. Like, so he's evolving as an owner.
Yeah.
Right? He is. And I like the owner that he is evolved into. And I agree with him. I mean, look, think about it. You throw all this money out there, you better win. I mean, I know he's a billionaire.
You expect return on your investment.
You want, come on, you're not giving people $200 million or whatever they're giving without expecting them to win you a championship.
You don't become a billionaire by giving it away.
That's right.
Right? Like the guy, and Shad Khan has had tremendous business success, right?
Yeah.
But this is a field where this is almost like a vanity thing, like a lot of, I think, owners get into.
Well, think about it. You go to the owners' meetings and you haven't won a championship and others have. What do you think they're thinking? They're like, where's yours, buddy?
Exactly.
Right? Even with the stadium. Now he's going to go into the meetings and be like, they're going to vote for it. I got a new stadium. I'm right. I'm with you guys.
What are you hanging in that?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Oh, an AFC South title from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
All right, Dylan, why don't we wrap this one up?
Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, let's kind of wrap it up. The week was a great one. This has been a tremendous offseason for the Jags, but, the opportunity, Tom, I think is what it is. It's we all feel good. A lot of conditions. Hey, we know that we can watch Trevor, hopefully, for his whole career here. We can watch Josh Allen for his whole career in Jacksonville. We don't have to worry about the Jags picking up and going anywhere and all that stuff, but and that in itself is great, right? Because if you had told us 12 years ago that would be the case, even if you had to give up a game to London and you were going to only have, 8 home games or 7 home games, but you knew you were going to have that for basically the rest of the time or the rest of your natural life, you would have taken that to a large degree. But man, let's have the renaissance, man. Let's move past 96 to 99 being the golden era.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's get on a run.
It was great. It was a great era. It will never be overlooked. But, yeah, let's get on a run, man.
Records made to be broken.
Let's win a damn title. Yep. And that's what it comes down to now is, will the product on the field match all the good stuff that's going on around it?
It better. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll find out.
It better. We'll find out. I feel pretty good about it. Listen, I thought last year they had plenty of talent. I thought, like Shad said, the leadership we need to be better at all across the board. So I expect them to. I think camp's going to be different, Mike. I hope it is. I think it's going to be a little more physical. I think it's going to be more attention to that detail of, hey man, we got to be physical up front. We got to be physical at the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's not just O-line, D-line. That's wide receivers getting off the press. That's the DBs making sure that wide receiver don't get off clean. It means being physical, coming up and thumping somebody. Last camp, there was no violence in that camp.
Right.
And it's hard to have violence in camp. I understand it, but you got to have a little bit of violence in the camp.
I think, too, you know this better than I do. You want your coach to be consistent, today, tomorrow, the next day. But I wanted there to be a little bit of sense of urgency. Treat this year like this is it. This is your last chance.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not figuring it out next week.
We're not, we got next year. No. Trevor's on we got the next 7 years.
Yep.
No, this year right now is the most important year you're going to ever have. And then next year will be even more important.
That's right. I mean, look, and the Texans are going to be there. The Titans will be there. It's not getting any easier. And like we said, the window of opportunities right now, and that sense of urgency's got to be there. I think it will. I'm looking forward to seeing how this whole thing shakes out, at least this year.
I'm looking forward to eating some of those Doom burgers.
Me
man.
too.
Oh
man.
my gosh!
Doom malicious.
So
let's go.
We got Mike DeRocco from ESPN joining me on Monday for the program. We've got Tommy Mack stopping by. Doom's grilling. We're going to have the big cook-off on July 2nd. Johnny O will be back in on Wednesday, and then Fat Tony's assignment will come to an end, your boy will disappear for a little while. A little post-July 4th vacay coming to my way as well. One more shout-out to the Dad Bods appearance tonight.
Dad Bods, thank you, Mike. Dad Bods down at Finn McCool's. We take the stage at 8 o'clock right there on US 1 Phillips Highway, just south of Nice High School. Literally.
No Creed yet, but it's coming.
No Creed yet, but I think it's coming. We got some Fallout Boy. We got some Killers. We're adding some new stuff. We actually added Can't You See? Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
It.
We're actually opening with Can't You See tonight. Marshall Tucker Band.
All right. And Dylan Denmark, ladies beware, as it's beach day.
That's right.
On Sunday out at Jack's Beach, right?
Wear some sunscreen there.
Watch out for my killer farmer's tan out there. I might hurt somebody.
You can't beat it, right? I mean, the farmer's tan and really look, he's people would kill for the Dylan body, right? The trim can't put on a pound stage of your life.
Eat cookies and donuts all day
Eat
long.
anything you like. You can eat anything right now, can't you, Dylan?
Yeah. I mean, I ate like 4 donuts this morning.
I mean, I know you exercise, man. You're out there, but he's just at that stage of his life, man. He can shovel it in, and it doesn't matter. All right, hey, we had a fun week. We really did. Tony Smith, continue to enjoy your time off. And for all of you out there who participated in the show in any way, shape, or form this week, we appreciate you, all our guests, certainly all our callers on our pep rally Wednesday show. For Tommy Mack, for Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. Have a great weekend. Helmets and Heels is coming your way right now on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
I told y'all to get off of T-Law.
Jaguars Today Friday.
Is